Hello and welcome, Magic lovers. This week for Rogue Wednesday, I have a viewer-submitted deck. I'm probably going to butcher his name, but Fisundo Jamero? I hope I came close there at least. So this is a Thrasios and Bruse Tarl deck, and he decided to go with a less counterspell, but a more proactive removal and creature-heavy deck. And so I tried this out a little bit in testing. I was thinking of doing it as like a deck of the week, but I had some issues in testing without the counter spells. Big mana decks were just kind of running over me because I couldn't stop the bigger things that they were trying to do. And like all the counter spells, they start at like 3 and they go up from there. Like, you know, I mean, and there's only a couple of them, so usually you don't even have a counter spell. So if your opponent's doing something crazy and big with the mana, there's not a lot you can do about it. Now in tournament Magic, there's not that many. You know, these were a bunch of rogue strategies in the tournament practice room that I was running into, but I kept running into them, and I just wasn't sure if the deck was, you know, all there. But I still want to give it a try. I'm just going to keep to the tournament practice room for now and kind of demonstrate where the strengths and where I think the weaknesses of the deck might be. And there are a few big mana decks in tournament Magic, so Nissa and the Gitrog monster are both decks that having just a few counter spells to counter their big things can take you a long way. So I'm going to go ahead and give this deck a shot. A viewer submitted it. It looks like an interesting deck. I enjoyed playing it for the most part. There's just some matches that just didn't work out very well. So I'm going to give it a shot. Let's see how it goes. I would like to say, by the way, that with the holiday coming up, it's Thanksgiving in America this Thursday. So the day after this video is posted. And we just closed, my wife and I just closed on a house. So we're in the middle of moving. And then we are traveling this weekend. So it's a crazy week for us. I did manage to get this video together. I will not be posting a video on Saturday. I will probably not be posting a video on Monday. I'd like to see if I can find time. It's going to be hard. I don't think it's going to be possible. There are some new decks that I really like to try with the new Commander 17 cards. I think that's unfortunately going to have to wait until next week, or maybe I'll do them next Saturday. Maybe I'll come up with a video on Monday. I doubt it. Everything should be back to normal next Wednesday. I should have a video posted up for next Rogue Wednesday, but the next two videos, Saturday and Monday, there definitely will not be a video on Saturday, and there probably will not be a video on Monday. So I hope you guys bear with me and understand that it's we're moving. It's the holiday and we're traveling. So I tried to record some videos ahead of time. Just didn't work out. So I'm sorry. Gonna have to miss a couple of videos. Hope you guys don't mind. And I hope to see you guys when I return. Alright, got a match. I am on the play. Playing against Leovold. Alright. This is probably pretty good. This thing is a merfolk. This thing is a human. I got this cavern. Let's go ahead and keep it. The sword's pretty good. Probably start with the Verdant Catacombs. Get a Temple Garden probably to complement the Volcanic Island. Ooh, there goes the sword. Yep. I wonder if Cavern is still broken. Because I could name Wizard here and it would work for both of these. But if Cavern is still broken, then it won't work for either of them. And I've got a really, really bad card in play. Alright, well that actually plays both of these creatures. This one's slightly more aggressive. This one Yeah, let's start with the Pride Mage. Not really a strong benefit to playing out Thrasios right now. That's legit. Alright. I'm not going to play the Jit into a counter spell. Hopefully my opponent just plays Leovold. So, let's do this on Merfolk. I don't want to risk it not working. I'll probably test between matches and see if the Cavern is still bugged. Alright, hopefully my opponent plays Leovold. That would probably be the best situation for me right now. Alright, that's an elf. Well, I'm going to go with the 2 spells in 1 turn route. Might as well. They actually gain 1 life out of this, but it kills the Llanowar Elves, and this is free. And they probably only get to counter 1 of these things. If they counter both of them, then that's 2 counter spells that are out of their hand. Not sure what that was. Oh, they did nothing. Yeah, so attacking with everything does more damage than just attacking with 1. Got a removal spell? Alright. They might have something that they want to... that the Pride Mage would have killed. Alright, Snapcaster for Duress. Well, that's the downside of keeping the Jit in my hand. Of course, opponent can't take Elspeth and the Jit. And now they've tapped all their mana down. You take the Jit. I guess they can spell pierce Elspeth. Oh. Or I could just Bruse Tarl. I'm going to go for Elspeth. Alright. They had exactly spell pierce. I probably should have known. They did play the Breeding Pool untapped. I'm trying to decide if I want to... I don't think I want to attack with the Bloodbraid Elf. It's not a great trade. his opponent playing Leovold? Looks like it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to bolt Leovold straight away. It'd be nice if I drew mana. Not that kind of mana. I meant a land. Got a counter for it. Alright, Leovold's dead. Let's swing back again. And play the elf. Still not a great trade. Blood Braid for the Snapcaster. Got an opponent down to 18. Looks like they're replaying Leovold. But we can double strike with Blood Braid. Makes block pretty bad. Well, that's pretty good. Yeah, I want that. It's a lot of damage. Oh, they got a 4-spike? Jeez, alright. Nope. Opponents had all the answers. Opponent can Snapcast block, that's fine. We get the Rancor back. Hopefully we don't lose it to a Leovold. Draw a bunch of cards. Time Twister type effect. Alright, that's aggressive. I guess you're probably not blocking. I'm going to play that first. See, this is where counter spells would be handy. So I can counter back against all this. At least we drain our opponent's hand pretty well. And baiting with the Dak Faden allowed us to resolve a Rancor, and our opponent's down to 10 life. Might be able to resto block one of these turns soon. Opponent's trading 3 damage for 1 when they're at 10 and I'm at 23. I could just activate Thrasios, or I could play the resto. I think the resto is pretty good here. Especially with my opponent tapping out. Well, tapping down a lot of mana, at least. They're brainstorming with Jace. Alright. Birds of Paradise. Blocks Resto, unfortunately. We'll untap this thing. I don't want to mess with my commander. Ooh, yeah, sure. You can have my displacer. Fortunately, now they know not to attack. They took 2 damage for that, though. If I had only gotten a mana, I could have... Let's attack both at my opponent. Can I attack with this thing? They could block this and take 3 and then chump, and then this is a chump attack and they're at 1. That's fine. Yeah, I think they're better off taking that attack. Play the Stoneforge. There's nothing. Okay. Thought there was at least maybe a Sword of Fire and Ice. And we'll equip the Rancor to the Resto. Batterskull would have been fun. Opponent brainstorming. Yeah, because I don't think bouncing Resto does anything, because I could just Rancor up the elves. And if you know you don't have any cards in your hand to deal with that, you pretty much have to brainstorm there. Damnation. Oh. That's an excellent draw. Well, they can't counter Thrasios. Alright, there's Supreme Will. If they can pull the Rancor out of my hand, then they get a couple more turns. Or if they can counter it, but I have a Supreme Will. Well, Supreme Will is not countering anything, let's be realistic, unless my opponent plays Leovold here. Opponent is just hitting all the notes. Crazy draws for my opponent. And True Name Nemesis. Oh my god. I've got my opponent at 2, and I probably am not going to be able to close this out, it looks like. Alright, let's say go. Heroic Intervention, an interesting card. Might help. I don't think I should have gone after the Jace. I could have killed the Jace. I mean, hindsight, my opponent probably wouldn't have drawn into the Damnation. They might have hit it the following turn, in which case the effect is the same. Oh, jeez. Opponent is stabilizing at 2 life. They're stabilizing well. Doesn't help that I've missed a lot of land drops. I'll take it. I need mana. Alright. Double Strike doesn't do a lot, but it does... I'm going to play Bruse Tarl. It probably just gets countered or bounced. Bouncing is actually pretty good. If they bounce it with Jace, they're not drawing cards. Opponent 1 life. I guess I still have quite a few outs. Because my opponent is at 1 life, I can burn I can get a lightning bolt or a fire and ice. Cryptic command? Jeez. I don't have many turns to draw those outs, though. Sort of Blatant Shadow gains them life. Well, I guess I chump block to avoid the life gain, and nope, I can't chump block that thing. What a stabilization. I can still draw Lightning Bolt this turn if my opponent doesn't have a counterspell. And they get a Snapcaster Mage back. Oh, so they can Snapcaster Abrupt Decay, Thrasios. Opponent's draws have been really, really good. I think that's the nail. Yeah. Nothing doing there. Came close. Came darn close. But, you know, the only life title that matters is 0. Alright, got another match. I am on the play. Playing against Lazav, Dimir Mastermind. Interesting. For people who are not familiar, he has hexproof. He's a 3/3. Whenever a creature is put in an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, you can have him become a copy of that card, except his name is still Lazav, and it's legendary, and it gains hexproof and that ability. And it costs 2 blue and 2 black. Let's start with Tropical Island. So it's an interesting for like an opponent mill deck. It's obviously a pretty rogue strategy. This player, Stoltzman, is a bit of a grinder, but he seems to... It's the person that likes playing the Avacyn deck. So they like playing the roguish strategies, but still strong ones. I'm gonna sack this now, and get obviously white. Really? Who plays Trickbind? Oh, guess that guy. That's pretty brutal. All right. Well, we drew Ancestral Visions, so I went and played that. Nightveil Spectre. I probably need to abrade that immediately. Alright, we drew a land. That's great. Let's abrade that. Playing Lazav. Alright. Let's see if we can find a land on top of our library. Nope. Alright, of course we're getting go for this roaded, which means we're not drawing a mana next turn. Trick bind, pretty critical there. They made it a courser. That's interesting. I guess we can recruit her next turn. Or play a commander, play Thrasios, but I think recruiter's probably fine. Can't do anything to hexproof courser. Opponent has sensor. It's fine. Not great. Opponent's down to 2 cards at least. So hopefully we're draining their counter spells. They have Muddle the Mixture. We know they have that. They can muddle their Ancestral, which is very unfortunate. They probably will. Yeah, not surprising at all. I can resto and block this. It doesn't actually kill it, so that doesn't actually do much. I could Jace. They're at 1 card. I can put this on the bottom, probably. Do I care about Cyclonic? Yeah, I kind of do. Alright, Force Spike doesn't do anything. We can play around it. They're obviously going to swing at Jace. Do we know about any of the other cards in their hand? Alright, Johnny, this guy. Let's play Wood Elves. Gives us a chump blocker if Thrasios doesn't resolve for some reason. Get Savannah. Green, blue, play Thrasios. Thrasios is better than a chump blocker. Alright, Thrasios gets countered. So we know their last card is Force Spike and they're drawing Falwar Stone. And we can chump block with the Wood Elves. Probably Fate Seal the Hero's Downfall. I'm going to keep Jace at 3. You can have this become a 1/1 if you want. Yes, please. And then we know their last card. So I'm gonna acidic slime the stone probably. Alright, never to return. Probably Fate Seal that as well. Kind of nice that I get to look at my opponent's library. Lets me know when I want to Fate Seal a card. I will 100% block. Makes our Restoration Angel a lot better. They probably wanted to get rid of the Courser so that we stopped knowing when to Fate Seal. Yes. Yes. I could just play Bruse Tarl out. Opponent has Force Spike and Memory Lapse. So if I play the Restoration Angel is getting Memory Lapsed, and my opponent is hitting Jace for 7. I'm going to sacrifice a Bruse Tarl. I don't know if my opponent will even take that trade. And put down a Finhorn Mouse just in case. But I think Jace is winning us this game. What'd you draw? Profane Command. Alright. Oh, and they got the Spectre back. I'm going to take 3 this time. It's a pretty good draw. So let's draw 3. Let's put these lands back. Play Verdant Catacombs. Opponent can't play Memory Lapse right now, so I think it's a good time to play the Resto. No reason to do this. We can use it for mana or whatever. Let's sack this. And, yeah. Oh, I need white mana because I tapped wrong, kind of. So let's go for that one. Yes. White, green. Put a +1/+1 counter. Target creature fights. This guy fights this guy. You can't Force Spike that. Well, you can, but it doesn't do anything. And we got an excellent blocker. And we'll keep back the chump blocker as well. We also have Heroic Intervention, although my opponent has Memory Lapse. Alright, Supreme Will. That's pretty good. Let's draw. Put this and Taiga away. Let's see what we draw off of the Shardless Agent. I think Shardless Agent is probably fine. And we'll see what we get. An opponent can Memory Lapse this. But at least we get rid of the Memory Lapse if they do that. Alright, that's fine. Alright, so let's just... We got rid of the Memory Lapse. Alright, let's draw. That's pretty good. I think I'm gonna get rid of the fiery, the heroic. It's good, but I really want to keep up. So that's 5 mana. Yeah, let's play Thrasios. And I'm still, unfortunately, in no position to attack. Well, I mean, I could chump block with the elves. I don't think that's right. Opponent does know that we have Supreme Will. Alright. It doesn't do a lot. But if opponent does nothing, then we get the Thrasios ability. Maybe should have put the Fiery Confluence on top. I'm going to take that. It shows it to my opponent. But that's fine. And then let's draw 3. Put this guy and this guy. Play the Tundra. I need to start getting in for damage. Opponent has Force Spike and some other card. This guy costs 6 mana. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That leaves us just enough mana to pay for Mystic Confluence. No. I think we're winning because of Jace, and we don't necessarily, and Thrasios. And we can go without. And our hand is great. There's not a strong reason to go after. And we've got enough mana to activate this a couple times a turn. Probably not necessary. Yeah, Bloodbraid Elves is great. Bloodbraid Elf gets in. Let's draw 3. One card on the entire game, and that was Jace. I'm pretty assuming he was talking about. Yeah, and it gives the GG. Because we're at 7 cards, he's at 2. So, and I was actually gonna prefer playing the Glenelendra because it's so good against my opponent. So yeah, we win. Alright, got another match. I am on the draw. I am playing against Bladewing the Risen. So it's a zombie dragon. Whenever it enters the battlefield, you may return target dragon permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. And for a black and a red, dragon creatures get +1/+1. It's a 4/4 for 7 mana. I think I need to mulligan this. I don't know. I can play... No, I can't even play Thrasios with this mana. I am on the draw. I'm going to mulligan. Punished. 1 land. I definitely mulligan that. This one's fine. We'll keep this. And then... I don't think that's necessary. I'd rather have a land. I'm going to throw the sword away. I don't know how good that is. I assume against like a black-red deck that this Elves is going to just die. Drew Recruiter of the Guard. Is this Elves long for the world? Yeah, managed to make it out a turn. Black-red. Alright. It's like we get on tap of the Elves. Probably play the Recruiter. We don't have any blue mana yet. I don't know what I get. Could get Stoneforge. I haven't drawn this too many times to know what like the generally correct card to get is. I mean, obviously, it's a little bit matchup dependent. But I think Stoneforge is probably on the top of the list. We could just get Wood Elves. Stoneforge is gas. Wood Elves is just mana. Might be a little greedy. Might be wrong. It's probably wrong. But I'm looking at my hand. My hand isn't that great. So I think something gassy. Yeah, this Restoration Angel can blink the Recruiter and get it back again. Okay, they haunted the Land of War Elves, but it doesn't look like they're killing it just yet. Alright, and we drew a land. So that's fantastic. Swing with the Recruiter. Drew a blue land at that. Let's do it this way. I think if we draw and play a Jit, we play into a Braid. Of course, my opponent can just do that next time. I think I'm going to play Thrasios instead. It does play into a Wrath better. So it's Wrath versus a Braid. I think I still want the sword though, the Sword of Feast and Famine. So I'm gonna play into a Wrath. We'll see what happens. Opponent's not just slamming mana, so it's probably not a Wrath. Assassinate. Alright. Strange cards. Opponent's playing a pretty budget-friendly deck, it looks like. I'm going to get rid of Supreme Will, I think. Resto still seems like where I want to be. Alright, well, Mr. Land Drop. So I'm going to put the equipment in at EOT. Bladewing's Thrall. It's a 3/3 for 4. It has flying as long as you control a dragon. You may, whenever a dragon enters the battlefield, you may return Bladewing's Thrall from the graveyard to the battlefield. Cards you do not see very often. It's a foil one too. Alright, so we drew a land. These are all 1 power, so I guess I'll put it on this guy. Nothing else to do with my mana right now. I don't really want to path to exile that thing. Opponent might be trying to block. Alright. But I'm gonna keep Resto up. Alright. I discard a Scourge. They're gonna reanimate it. This thing also reanimates. They need to get to it though. Exhume. Two damage to each creature without flying. Alright. We'll just let that happen. Alright, I'm gonna path that thing, because then we lose all these things, but if I go to Resto, our opponent's gonna use that ability. I'm gonna path it. Clearly that's what you do. But I can Bruse Tarl and get 2 cards out of their hand and untap all my lands and... That seems great. Didn't draw a land. I guess the reason there's not a Sword of Fire Ice is because this is red. I've ran into that before. Gonna leave up Resto. I don't think I'm gonna play Resto right now. Played Furnace Dragon. Exile all artifacts when it comes into play. That's kind of a bummer. Alright. Opponent Doesn't appear to have much of a play. Do I want to resto now? Gets in for 3 extra damage. This is 12. No, this is 10. Alright, well, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to move this, though. We can always move it back if we have to. Oh, they have a removal spell. That's too bad. Plow under. Pull under. 6 mana, -5, -5. That's crazy. Alright. So if my opponent draws... okay, they didn't draw land. I was going to say, if they draw land, we're in a pretty bad way. So, I won, but this is actually a pretty good example of how, like, a big mana strategy... Like, if they had drawn a land, they would have gotten this thing, they would have gotten back the Furnace Dragon. They probably still had another turn. So I'm not sure why they gave up just there, but, like, I couldn't have done anything about that. Like, you know, if I had counter spells, I would have saved them for this guy, almost certainly. So it'd be nice if just a few more counter spells, like it just. But we won, so I guess I can't complain too much. I got another match. I am on the play, playing against Kaalia of the Vast. So whenever it attacks an opponent, you may put an angel, demon, or dragon creature card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking that opponent. So hopefully we draw some removal. There's none in this hand. Hand's a bit slow, but I don't think I mulligan it. I'll give it a go. See what happens. Play the Rainforest. Alright, Jits. Counts as removal, actually. I think we'll have it just in time to deal with Kaalia. Unless my opponent has a way of dealing with it themselves, which wouldn't surprise me. No, actually, the mana's a bit awkward. I have to get... I think I'd rather have green than white. So probably Tropical Island, I think, is correct here. Tropical Islands, then the Sun Petal Grove. And let's play Thrasios. And say go. Because our opponent doesn't really even have to deal directly with the Jit. They could just kill our Thrasios, and we don't have any other creatures we could put it on. I could resto and block Kaalia, but then they're going to get a Dragon Angel or Demon. Cathartic Reunion. Alright. Discarding Unburial Rites and Diabolic Tutor. In the interest of using my mana, first of all, I'm going to rancor this up. Second of all, I'm going to attack. But I think I am going to play the Jit. I don't know. No, I'm not going to play the Jit. So, opponent is clearly on a graveyard strategy. They're looking to resurrect some creatures out of their graveyard. So, that might cause us some problems. Let's see what they got here. Hope they don't have a Lightning Greaves or something like that. I guess actually Lightning Greaves would be fine. Lightning Greaves and Fatal Push. Vindicate. Alright. That's a real kick in the pants. Alright, I'm going to play the city. I'm going to attack. I'm still not going to play the Jet. I'm going to hold up this heroic intervention. And if our opponent just plays Kaalia, then we can play the Jet, equip, attack, and kill Kaalia. And if they try to kill Thrasios, then we can intervene on his behalf. Yeah, it's a him. Bright side, we're playing blue. The opponent actually does have to fear removal or counterspells, even though we only have a couple of them. All right, there's Kaalia. Opponent's probably not going to like this. Hopefully they don't have Snuff Out or something like that. Let's name Human. So I think it was right to not play the Jit earlier, even though it didn't use our mana very well. Because it left this as a surprise. Cannot let our opponent untap with that thing. Maybe facing down an Angel of Despair or something crazy like that. We can Spell Queller the next Kaalia. Olivia. Alright. Let's draw a land. That would be great. I don't think that counts. I think I have to Bruse Tarl. I can't let this Olivia Valdarin sit around. If we get Fatal pushed, we're in a lot of trouble. So either they block and it's a chump block, or they don't block and we get 4 counters. No! Is that a pump fake? Oh, Apostle's Blessing. Oh my god, that's so brutal. Alright, well we can't do anything about that, unfortunately. Protection from green, so I don't get any counters on this, I don't gain any life. Oh, that's brutal. How much mana is in this deck? I've had a... There's 39 lands, there shouldn't... I think the various mana problems I've had have been flukes. Alright. Looks like they're just going to kill Bruse Tarl. One Apostle's Blessing, jeez. I did not expect that. I don't know if there was a better play. I don't think there was. I think I needed to do that. It's pretty brutal, though. I mean, that was my best chance of dealing with Olivia, because it gets out of control if you don't deal with Olivia. Because it's already out of control. So I'm having the same problem my opponent was having with Jit. They just completely turned it around on me. I probably should have thought about that a little harder. I think I probably should have left Spell Queller up. Although getting the mana off the Wood Elves is definitely what I wanted to do. Alright. They're not playing Kaalia. They don't really need to. They've got an Leovold. It is crushing my life total right now. Where are the removal spells? Well, we hit land. There's not much we can do here. In this case, if I had counter spells, the fact that I missed land, a counter spell wouldn't have helped protect against the Apostle's Blessing. My opponent is not... playing Kaalia before combat. It's getting murdered by Olivia Voldaren. We can protect the resto. I'm at 7 life, though. Or 6 life. Can I survive? I don't think I can survive. Even with... I mean, I could chump block with the resto. But I can't Rancor and Dromoka's command because my opponent can pump this thing up by 3 more mana. I don't think Rancor... That's only 5, 6. That doesn't even do it anyways. I guess we can Shardless Agent and see what we get. Might hit a removal spell. All right. It's not enough. I can't Dromoka's command and Heroic Intervention. It still wouldn't do it. I can Rancor into Dromoka's command and my opponent can kill 1. No, they don't. They do have 8 mana. Yeah. I guess I force them to have it, or to notice it. I mean, they're gonna notice it, but I'm dead either way. Because if I wait for him to do it end of turn, and I Heroic Intervention, then they just do it on their turn. Whatever. Yeah. Like, they might have tried to go for it then. Whatever. I think we're dead to the Hall of the Bandit Lord anyways. This thing's gonna die anyways. Oh no, yeah, okay, well, we do need the +1/+1 counter. We're so dead. So I don't think that was a failing of the counter spells or anything like that. Just Olivia Voldarian is an incredibly good creature. Opponent, you know, probably would have found a window to resolve it anyways. Yeah. Yep. They see it. There's no point in drawing it out. Alright, got another game. I am on the play. This is a rematch against Lazav. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to try it. I don't know. Missing the land. We do have a Jace again. If I draw a land, the Wood Elves really helps me get somewhere. Let's do Merfolk. I'd like to not, but I can't play Thrasios otherwise. I'd rather just say, like, elves or something. Or snake. Snake would be awesome, but I think elves would be much better. Land? Land, okay. Let's swing first. City Brass. that thing. That thing. Let's hope it doesn't get countered. Alright, it's not countered. That's great. I think we need green-white. And we don't need it tapped. Nope. Or untapped. We don't need it untapped. Alright. Opponent plays Aether Hub. Alright. You might regret that. I'm going to attack first. Alright, alright. Okay. Let's play Jace. Let's draw 3 cards. And let's put back Huntmaster Command Tower. Kind of be happy to be staring down another one of those. Alright, well we have the Reclamation Sage for that. Let's draw first. Let's put back... Oh, we could Primage it. It costs the same amount of mana. Reclamation Sage gets us a creature in play. Probably should do that after combat. Doesn't really matter when your opponent's tapped out. Don't have the mana to counter Lazav. Well, my opponent missed a land drop last turn. Gonti, alright. They're looking at the cards I put back. One of those was Huntmaster, though. It's not nothing. Gonti's going to be a little bit hard to kill. Let's draw first. Definitely want to find... Okay, there's a couple lands there. Or I might want 2 of these lands. Is there anything else I can put back? Because we'll be shuffling it away. Kind of want all of these. I guess we'll just shuffle away. And then I could just double block. Go ahead and shuffle right now. Yeah, Tropical Island's probably pretty good. And then play the Ooze. And say go. Keeping up Snake and Supreme Will. I'm a little worried about like the Huntmaster. Huntmaster's really good. I want to be able to counter that. Alright. Hex Mage. Alright. Well, I'm going to counter that too. Alright. I'm going to use the snake to counter it. Green, blue, blue, blue. There we go. And we'll double block. Opponent not interested in that. Let's draw. Hope we get some lands. Alright, there's more lands. I think this time I can put back Thragtusk and land. Let's play this. And this thing has already died. So it costs 4 mana. And that would leave up Supreme Will. Or we could just play Tamiyo. Tamiyo doesn't do a lot. Tap up to 2. Yeah. Well, that's a -2 though. I can only do that a couple times. I'd rather deal with Gonti before playing that. So blue, green. Let's cast this guy. And Sego. No, I don't think there's an attack here. Opponent's got 4 cards. They might be able to counter back against our Supreme Will. That's assuming they took Huntmaster. If they took something cheaper, then we can't Supreme Will it. Huntmaster's pretty good against us, though. Alright, opponent is returning, exiling a polluted delta to get a zombie. Alright. That's an instant. No, it's a sorcery. Okay. Well, since my opponent didn't do anything, I'm going to get that Hex Mage. And sacrifice this to make the Thragtusk and the land go away. Sure, Plateau. It's fine. And then Heroic Intervention's pretty good. Let's draw. Let's put back a couple of lands, I think. Play the fetch land. I'm going to play the Pride Mage. And I'm going to swing with the Ooze, I think. I could just swing with, like, Mystic Snake. Yeah, let's swing with Mystic Snake. It seems fine. And I think I want to kill this Talisman. And play the Elf. Heroic Intervention doesn't say creatures, So if my opponent targets Jace with a Hero's Downfall or something like that, looks like they probably drew the Dismal Backwater though. Thrasios is pretty good in these slow, grindy matchups because, like, you can just keep gaining card advantage. If they don't do anything, you force them to do something, and then if they don't do anything, yeah, what's the other one? Up to 4 target creatures. No, I don't think I want that at all. Opponent trying like heck to get rid of our Jace. Can't blame him. Alright, and they concede. Turns out Jace the Mind Sculptor is pretty good. Who knew? Alright, got another match. I am on the draw. I can't play this Pilgrim right now, but I'm going to keep this hand anyways. Playing against Breya. I don't know if I've mentioned that or not. I'm on the draw. Okay, let's keep this. We might draw a green land. Otherwise, Ancestral Visions is still pretty good. Alright, yeah, I think I want the elf. Not an elf, human monk. Always do that. It's still an elf. Who are we kidding? It's an elf. It's an honorary elf. Bro, you create mana. You're cool. Alright, well that's pretty good. I could go for Thrasios, but then I can't Ancestral. I want Ancestral. I can Eladamri's Call. Let's wait. Make opponent fear of counterspell, 2. And then if they play an artifact, we can Eladamri's Call. And, I mean, it doesn't really do anything. They would have had to have played the artifact last turn. Greaves and a mana. Alright. Well, I think we probably do... Well, we're going to Eladamri's Call no matter what. Ancient Ziggurat. That's strange. So, I think I do Reclamation Sage. I could. No, I can't. Mystic Snake. I could Spell Queller. Then they'll know about it. Let's get the Sage. Alright, that's pretty good. So we could have snaked. They would have known about that too. Let's attack. Wonder if my opponent is going for a budget mana base. Because the Vivid Creek, Scoured Barrens, definitely seems like a budget mana base. Treasure Mage, okay. Getting a sword or something like that. I'm gonna play Glenonandra, especially if they get a sword. Noxious Gearhulk. Alright, that's interesting. How many turns that got left? 2. Alright. They've seen this. Another pain land. I could Elspeth. Oh, this is 6 or more. This isn't the new mage that gets a 3 mana cost creature. This is 6 or more, so they got Noxious Gearhook. That makes sense. I mean, it's a window to play Glenalindra. You play Glenalindra against a deck like this. I probably should have attacked first. I almost certainly should have attacked first. They can force spike me and then I can't keep up. Alright. I'm still going to attack. Alright, opponent takes the trade. I'm fine with that. That's why I offered it. Alright, what do you got? White. Fiend Hunter? Scrap Trawler. Alright, very interesting build of Breya here. Looks like somebody's trying something different. I gotta praise them for that. Always cool when you can do something a little different. So if I want to play Thrasios, return to your hand target artifact with in your graveyard. So if I electrolyze this thing, they get back the Lightning Greaves. If I don't want to electrolyze it, there's a good chance they get it go off to some degree or another. I'm going to electrolyze it. I draw a card. Then I get in for 2 damage. Voice of Resurgence. Well, I can play that. Let's go for it. A couple very resilient to removal creatures. Always a good thing. And if they want to spend their mana casting a Lightning Greaves, not that worried about it. I can counter them. I don't know if I care. They can't use the Ziggurat for the Lightning Greaves. I'm not going to counter it. Alright, now we get to draw 3. If opponent counters it, we have a Voice of Resurgence. Alright, Spell Queller is great. This time my opponent doesn't know about it. We can't counter the Noxious Gearhulk, but it's too obvious. And I guess we're not attacking no matter what. This leaves more different. No, there's no reason. Yeah, there is. Just in case removal or something like that. Let's fly this thing. Alright, it gets swords, but we get a token. Alright, let's attack with the Clanolender then. I could have countered it, but I don't care. Like, we got a token out of that. Opponent hit a land drop through his Gearhulk. Looks like not. Alright, that's good for us. Oh, we can destroy the Gearhulk. Let's play the fetch land. Let's fly this thing. Let's attack with all of our creatures. And I think it's time to play Thrasios. Especially if it only costs 2 mana. Yeah, it only costs 2. So let's, yeah, and there. Gives us something to do if our opponent does nothing. I maybe should have played it before combat. I forgot about this elemental. Yeah. No. That I do want to counter back on. I could have Spell Quellered it, but I want to hold up the Spell Queller just in case. Spell Queller counters Breya. Or that. You don't get much more awesome use of a Spell Queller than this. They can... Well, they're going to have a hard time removing that. Can I kill my opponent with Bruse Tarl? I think I can. Let's go with big guy. And then let's go with white. They can't play an instant without it getting countered. This elemental alone gets in. Yep. Interesting build of Breya. But we managed to pull it off. Alright, got another match. I am on the draw. I'm playing against Breya. His hand looks very keepable. I don't know if this is the same opponent. Guess we'll find out soon enough. I'm going to play this Visions. Probably play out Thrasios over the Jit. Pop out this Visions. Alright, this seems more like a regular Breya deck. I think I'm going to have problems with it. We'll play Thrasios there. The command doesn't kill Breya, not by a long shot. There's a Signet. Did they miss a land drop? Or is it a tapped land or something like that? Looks like they're missing a land drop. Then I will kill that artifact. If we can. Yeah, I want to filter lands out of my library. Let's go with... it's gotta be white. So I guess plateau is fine. Let's attack first. Let's see if this sage gets countered. Let's hope not. Of course. Alright, memory lapse. I guess we can sage Breya. Now you've got the mana tap for Breya. They might be realizing I can sage it. Oh. Oh. Okay. Wow. Aggressive, but they do have 2 signets. I do have an Ancestral coming, though. Inquisition takes the Jit, most likely. Can't take Jace, but Jace doesn't really matter here. Yep, took the Jit. Alright. Let's play that tapped and attack. Yeah, that Armageddon, probably pretty good. Depends if they hit a land here. Looks like not. Baleful Strix. Alright. We can't command that. We can't attack into it. Still didn't hit a land, though. Definitely not targeting my opponent. I hit 3 lands. Let's get a Taiga and play this Oracle. We can swing that into the Strix all we want. And we can Reclamation Sage or Breya if they play it. Otherwise, we Reclamation Sage and Signet. Alright, there's the mana. Yep, there's Breya. Let's hope they don't have Force of Will. Yes. Attack. They can kill it with a Thopter, that's fine. Do we reveal the card that we... Oh, we revealed Acidic Slime. Okay. Good to know that they know we have that. What is this? Nahiri. Well, that's going to round out their draws pretty well. And a Thoughtseize, which takes probably Jace. Yep. No surprises there. Well, I can trade the Reclamation Sage for the Thopter. But then we're trading a Gianni for 3 damage on Nihiri. That doesn't do anything. I can Bruse Tarl to get in. That's probably okay. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna Bruse Tarl. They can chump with the Thopter, but we've got a Bruse Tarl in play. And next turn we can Acidic Slime Breya if they play it. Alright, opponent is swinging with the Strix, which implies they have a removal spell, or like a Wrath. Toxic Deluge for 3? Or just Supreme Verdict? 6 mana Wildfire. Alright, well I guess we're going to lose the Nihiri then. I've never seen a Breya deck with Wildfire. This deck really wants to blow up all the lands. Yeah, well, I mean, I only have 4 to choose. That's a pretty big ouch. I can't do anything about this Nihiri. Let's play the Forge. Alright, well they're not -8ing it. I guess they can wait till next turn pretty safely. Unless we hit a bolt or something. Is that what I do? I don't know what they go get. And they just tick it up again. Yeah, I don't know. We bolted down to 7. They tick it up to 9. They can still -8. I think it's just a waste of a bolt. I think I'm better off playing the Stoneforge and dealing with... They can't get 6 mana Emrakul. Or 15 mana Emrakul. Annihilator 6 Emrakul. Alright. Looks like they're not interested in taking it down. We hit a tapped land. Let's say go. Opponent's only got 2 cards. So hopefully they can't deal with this. They're down to 1 card. Alright, so I equip this. Do I swing at Nihiri or do I swing at my opponent? At my opponent, they discard a card. Looks like they're F6'd. They can exile this though. Yeah, let's hit their hand anyways. could lightning bolt in response. I don't think that's right. Alright. They can exile Stoneforge if they want. Alright, they're exiling Stoneforge. No surprises there. Cavern of Souls. Naming human? Naming something else. Human. Alright, that's the last card. I'm not going to bolt Nahiri. I am going to play a Johnny. Do I tap? I can bolt Nahiri or tap something that's not tapped. It's not actually gonna, it just doesn't untap. It doesn't do anything, but it ticks up a Johnny towards its ultimate. But my opponent can -8 Nahiri and get just anything and swing at a Johnny. They could probably do that anyways. Yeah, I don't know. They could just get a Snapcaster Mage then. Let's take it up on whatever, that. If they want a -8, okay. Can Breya now? Looks like it. Alright, we have Flame Slash and hopefully Acidic Slime. Acidic Slime would be better if we could draw that. Oh, all right. Jeez, okay. Then it goes to their hand. Brutal. Let's kill Breya. And we'll tick up. I can't deal with that Emrakul. Let's tap that thing down. Acidic Slime better than the Flame Slash because we can put a sword on the Acidic Slime. What do we got here? Attack Faden, geez, okay. Gain control of target artifact. Oh, brutal. Not pleasant. Not pleasant at all. Going at my face. And then they get to untap all their lands. gonna take that one. Well, we know their last card in hand. Gonna take a bunch of damage to do this. We can put Nahiri to 1. And we can kill Dak Faden. But it's a lot of damage. 2. No. Green, white, Tremoka's command. No, no, no. We could kill Nahiri with the Johnny. I think I'd rather tick it up. And Dak Faden's definitely better than Nahiri. Yes. No. Okay. It's strange that it asked twice. I think you, after you redirect, it should... Can my opponent play? I think they can actually just play the Eldrazi and then we're dead. Looks like it, yeah. Yeah, they had just enough mana. Do I sit through this? They're just gonna bolt her acidic slime. I guess. Alright, I'm gonna sit through it. Oh, that's brutal. They don't even have to. They can bolt our face, actually, and then... I guess that doesn't do anything, because it's a... I could tap our own land. They can't swing this into the Emrakul because of the Death Touch. They don't get to keep the Emrakul. Yeah, that makes sense. Now they can pain land the heck out of us. Alright. Came close to stabilizing at least, but I mean, Breya's a crazy deck. We actually dealt with Breya quite a few times, but oh well. So, a very interesting deck. I definitely like the idea of the creature-centric kind of deck. I thought that was a really cool idea, and that's definitely why I wanted to try out this deck in the first place. I thought it was pretty cool that it's just, you know, it's just a bunch of creatures, and that's what you're trying to do. I definitely do think some more counter spells would do it a lot of good, especially since you're eschewing black. You have no black, so like I was looking back at the deck, and I don't think there's a card in our deck that could have dealt with Olivia Voldarian. Council's Judgment could have, but there's not many. So you're eschewing black, so there's some things you just can't deal with if you don't have black removal. Oh, Swords and Path Exile, so there are a few cards. So white removal does help, but I definitely think that a few counter spells could go a long way. You don't have to go heavy into the counter spells. The other thing I'd like to say, and I know that a lot of people have had success with Thrasios and Bruse Tarl. Maybe it's just not my type of deck. It seems like there's a weird tension because Thrasios isn't a very aggressive card, but Bruse Tarl is. So, I mean, it can work, and it's pretty. It can make kind of a cool mid-range deck where you can kind of you know, turn on, you know, and change what you're doing on your strategy. Or, you know, as we saw there, I was able to win a game just by playing Bruse Tarl and just boom, you're done. Even though I was playing a pretty controlling strategy or mid-rangey kind of strategy, I was able to close out the game very quickly with Bruse Tarl. So I definitely see where that that can work. I think there are probably some better commanders with Bruse Tarl, but I know people have had quite a bit of success with Thrasios and Bruse Tarl. It's a good deck, but obviously Tymna is probably a little better with Bruse Tarl, but then you don't have any blue at all. But we're not really utilizing the blue super well here. So definitely a cool deck. Definitely a lot of fun. I think there's some holes in this strategy, at least in this metagame. The guy whose deck this is, he said he plays in paper, and his metagame, this deck works really well for him. So if you have a different metagame or you're playing in paper and you think this deck would work well for you, go for it. That seems great. The one change I did make, by the way, I didn't mention it, is he told me specifically to change all the lands because he didn't have any of the $100 duels in paper that are only, you know, max $20 in online, and some of them are even really, really cheap. So that's one thing that you might not be able to do in paper. But yeah, I mean, it's an interesting strategy. I thought it was a pretty cool idea, so I definitely wanted to try it. I did pretty well. But, you know, like I said, I think there are some small holes that a couple of counter spells, like you don't have to go nuts on counter spells, but a couple of key counter spells could make the difference in some of those matchups. So that's all I have today. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.